Good morning and welcome back to another week, and it being Monday, I'm just about to start, not just because it's Monday, but because I'm doing something. I've just parked my pickup there and I have a long walk back down into West Baldwin, to go collect a digger. Obviously, as I am on my own, I can't get the pickup and the digger up here at the same time. So I think I've got about a half-hour walk back down this track. Hopefully it's not much longer than that because the digger's meant to be here in half an hour. And go from there. So where am I? I am at Aaaggghhh. This is a Manx Wildlife Trust Nature Reserve, which is a plantation. This is a private plantation rather than one of the commercial plantations. And it is lovely. I've got some digger work to do to create some areas for them, free up a couple of culverts, and I think a few trees are going to get felled as well. So I will try and get some bits and pieces of footage and just see what I can do. But yeah, see you in a bit. So now comes the incredibly slow tracking of the digger back up where I walked. Now obviously you can walk faster than the digger can track. So it took me half an hour to walk down. It's probably going, well, I've been going 20 minutes already and I'm not very far up the track yet. I'm off the road onto the track, so all the fun. Day one finished, and look at that. So the track, you can kind of see where the track went to there. Cleared all this area out. This is just an area that needed to be cleared. We also moved a very large stone. That large stone there had unfortunately blocked the culverts. So this was full, right up to, you can see the tide mark. So I managed to reach in, move that rock, clear all that water through. It did make a bit of a mess of just over the bridge. Just as I was turning around, it's quite soft. There's not a lot of lateral stability. I've got a bit of a gap to fill in there that had washed out. So the pile that's just next to there is kind of quite nice stone. So my plan is tomorrow to bring that all back down and kind of like scrape it across and fill in some of these gaps and finish off. I've got about another 6 foot to go back that way, I think. Most of it's going across to that side, which is just out of the way, making a berm. So yeah, that's the kind of plan. I'm now heading back down and be back up tomorrow. And the best thing is I'm heading down with a pickup. I don't have to walk, yay, until the digger goes out, because I've got another job to do for them. So there's another digging job further up the glen, and then the next one is the next valley over. So this is West Baldwin, it's in East Baldwin, so we'll be getting John from Fox to come back and move the digger. So it took me an hour and 10 minutes to track to here from down at the bottom. So we'll get that back down, get it shifted over, and then it's about the same tracking in to the other place. So I might be looking for a Monday move. That'd be good if I could get done here this week. I've got 3 weeks allotted for this. So if I could get done here this week, I can then move across early next week, do a load of stuff next week there and see where I get. And then I've just got like another half a week for tidying up. Sounds like a plan. Day 2, I've done down where I was yesterday. I've now moved up to the other side, which is where there's been a landslide. And there was a drainage ditch running along there, which joined that ditch and that one. I've got to try and reinstate that. I have just found the pipe that drains it, which is good because I've just been searching for that. And although I might have broken it a bit because it was not where we thought it was down here. So I was gently digging here, decided to clear out some stuff from there, got a few bits of pipe up, but it is draining, so that is going to come out on the other side of the track. This is just slop. It's like soup. There is absolutely no stability to it. I've got to try and move them stumps, which at the moment are a little bit heavy for this digger. But you can see the water that's just running out of the ground. And here is the other side of the pipe. So that's all kind of working. The slop is being dumped on this side on top of a brash mat, which it is kind of then unfortunately going to end up with some silt down into the stream, but there's not a lot we can do about that really. So yeah, all the fun. It's really mucky that. That's a bit better. So progress. obviously all the stumps have gone. They're all off over that way. This area is still incredibly sloppy and horrible, but I'm just going to see what this bank is like tomorrow, because this area has all slipped again and kept refilling it, and I managed to find where the pipe is. So the pipe's there, so that's all flowing now. There's a lot of water coming out of this bank where you can see it. I don't know if you can just see it there. That bit there is just slipping as we're talking. So that might slump down tomorrow, and then obviously I have all this to clear to get it back to a bit of a turning circle-y junction. But I've kind of left that there for now to try and just prevent any overflowing if it does chog up, so it still goes down there. Had a bit of an issue today. I managed to wipe out one of the quick connectors with the stump on the digger, which then involved an hour and a half round trip to go get another one, which then didn't fit, so I had to, because they'd given me the wrong one basically. I'd gone down, they hadn't checked it right, so I then had to go back down, so I've lost 3 hours today to that. The joys of working up in the woods. So I'm going to get turned around here, head back home. It's 4 o'clock now. It's actually getting quite chilly up here as well. Just need to kind of crack on and be back up here tomorrow late morning, I think it is. See you in a bit. Absolutely wonderful weather up here this morning. So I'm hoping it's not like this when I actually get to the digger. But welcome to winter on the Isle of Man. Back up Friday, and as I thought, that bit slumped down. That's good because I did need to get rid of that anyway. So yeah, we'll get that cleared out in a bit and then see where we're at from there. Wait, falling over. It is the end of Friday, and that area caused so many issues. You can see now how little of the landslip is actually left there. The bank over there has almost doubled in size. This one, I've got as much stuff there as I can. I had to use a log through the pipe to try and find the end of the pipe because the landslide filled this whole area when it slid again. It seems to have settled for now. So on Monday I'm going to try and make this berm a little bit narrower because that's a little bit too big really. It's just taking up too much room, but it's that wet and I didn't have any dry material, so hopefully that'll drain down, and then I'll try and shave it off a bit on Monday before we take the digger out and head to the other site, which is going to take probably about an hour and a half to track that down to the road from here. So I'm going to head back out in my pickup now, and I didn't need the winch. I brought the winch in case I needed it for anything, recovering the digger or out. I did lose the track off the digger today, so that was fun, putting the track back on. I forgot to take any video of that. I was just so about it. But yeah, so progress, good progress. Yesterday and today was a little bit kind of interrupted progress and a lot of backwards and forwards in. But we're there. So, I'll see you next week. Take care.